Guys, how you all doing? Well, Joy and I survived our epic adventure, our first ever multi-sport event down at the 3D Rotorua event on Sunday, and I have to say it was such a well organised, well put together event in the most stunning part of New Zealand. It blew me away. I honestly can't rave about it enough. I didn't realise it was actually the first ever. It was their inaugural event, and the guys did a superb job. Me and Joy were the sort of only wee novices there in the 50k multi-sport event. Yeah, us being Irish and a bit of a bravado, 3 sessions in a kayak before the 8-kilometre kayaking race took off. And I have to admit, I don't think either me or Joe have really been on the mountain bikes much in the last few months, and straight into 30k's on the mountain bike through the Rotorua forest was mission. It was good. And then 12k off-road run. It was excellent, and the most pleasant thing I have to say was actually Joy's husband Paul came down with the kids, and to have someone do the support crew was fantastic. I mean, I have not been used to a guy doing that practical stuff. It's like the bikes were ready, the bikes were put away, the bikes were cleaned, the kayak was on the roof. It was like, oh my god, you know, somebody's made this all so easy. You know, and I'm used to having to tell people to do stuff because they don't think about, you know, helping out sometimes, and you're like, ooh. But it was just, it was wonderful. It made the whole day so much easier actually. So a big thank you to Paul as well. And then, like, you know, me and Joy were the novices, and so of course we were coming up the rear really all of the event. And when we got into the mountain biking section, we were part way through, and this guy was coming up the back and started to chat away, and he was the tailgate Charlie, they call him, you know, the one just following behind. And the guy's name was Stuart, a really nice man. He was accountant down in Rotorua, and just chatted with us the whole time we were going through it, and kept the motivation going for me and Joy. And so yeah, it was really good. It was quite distracting actually in those times where, you know, the legs are burning and you think, what am I doing this for? You know, we were slightly distracted, you know, by good old conversation. And so it was a really good day. I must admit, poor Joy had to put up with me on Saturday, the day before the event, because in Rotorua the weather was shocking. 130k winds, it was lashing rain, and I was like packing it, absolutely packing it. I thought, I've been in a kayak 3 times. I don't fancy being in the water in these conditions. Am I going to be able to pull this out of the bag? I hadn't done as much training as I would have liked, and I was absolutely freaking myself out. Joy was a bit more blasé. Oh, we'll be alright. And I was going, oh. But yeah, there was some serious praying done on Saturday night to Kenzie girl. It's like, excuse me, we need sunshine. Stop freaking me out. And lo and behold, Sunday morning the sun was out. And the same thing ironically happened in the when we did Andy's ARC adventure race in March. The drive down the night before and the Friday night, the conditions were hideous. And again, me psyching myself out again because the weather was so bad, and then the next day the sun was out. So it made for two good events, and so I had a really good time. And you know, thanks for all of you for you know, supporting us and getting behind us. And a big thank you to Neil and Kat and their little girl like Zoe down in Rotorua, who organised the 3D Rotorua event. It was superbly done. Thank you for supporting Kenzie's gift in it, and us. And really guys, for any of you that really wants to take on a multi-sport event, it is brilliant. It was really well organised, and I'd like to see a few more of us go down next year and give it a crack. You know, I think it would be really, really good. I think a bit more training on our part. You know, me and Joy were just slightly over the 6 hours. And but we got across the finish line with time to spare before the clock clocked out, and but it was good. And so I think a bit more training and a bit more prep next year, but still we did it, and it was good. And yeah, everybody made it very enjoyable. It was well organised, well marshalled. Everything about it was fantastic. So it was really, really good. So yeah, that's our update. I don't think I have any more events lined up for the next couple of months, but I think a bit of an incentive now to up the training. So I'll keep you posted, weekly on how the overwinter period is going with training and stuff. And I think I have areas that I've got to work on, and I think I'd actually like to learn to kayak properly. A few technique lessons wouldn't go amiss. A bit more of a focus, and yeah, so things should be good. Yeah, so thank you all again for supporting us, and for everybody that made the weekend worthwhile. And I said to Joy and to Paul, big thank you. Thank you for participating with me, Joy, and thank you, Paul, for being a fantastic support crew. It was such a pleasant surprise to to realise that the people actually are just willing to help out, and you don't have to sit there and tell them what to do. It was great. Alright guys, have a good evening, and I'll speak to you all soon. Ciao.